we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rolled Advantage. My name is Joe, and boy, is it great to be here. Great to be existing in this realm of purple and yellow and red galaxy that I'm currently living in right now. But let's go ahead and, since there are no announcements, nothing to get into. We had a little bit of a delay there at the start because I'm a little bit of a talker, so we're going to roll the intro and then get started.
Here.
All right, and we are back. So let's go ahead and dive into tonight's session of the Salamander Coast. Merry Hiestmas Eve, or some stupid shit like that. Anyway, so as is tradition here on Rolled Advantage, I do not do the summaries myself. I can script the players to do that, so that way they're fucking useful. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love all of you very much. Anyway, so I have them do it because they're very kind and they help me out because I'm very busy and I really appreciate them for doing this. Anyway, so who's doing the who's doing the summary this week?
Well, no one now.
That's it. We're striking. We're striking from summary duties. Please.
I actually don't know who it is, though.
Oh shit.
What if it's me?
It's awkward if nobody knows who it is.
It was me last week, but I don't know about this week.
I got it, because I remember I said like a whole ass thing about like changing things to get us caught up again, and then I just kind of completely forgot about it, and so I was just like, anyways, I'm just gonna stop talking and do the summary. Anyways.
Okay.
So.
All right. Okay. Go for it.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Okay.
So, anyways, so that same morning when Bianca and Sunny went out to meet Sultana, Carosella tried to reach out to one of her and Morwin's troops, Yara, but instead she's unknowingly drawn into a conversation with the Dark One, revealing their current location and mission. The Dark One also takes some time to taunt and torture her, Bianca and Sunny returning to just find her in tears. But the day must move forward, and the party gather for some discussion. Morwin talking about her somewhat prophetic dream she's been having, Carosella talking about what happened to her, and plans are just generally made for what they need to get done that day. So Morwin, Sunny, and Bianca head off to the Keep of the Children of the Flame to talk with Dorian, having a couple of unfortunate run-ins on the way, one with Cassius Finch, another with Draven, but the most concerning one is in the Keep itself as they catch Carlin Root, or as we know him, Father Perido, leaving after his own talks with the Lightbearer. He arranges for a meeting with the Tsar, and clearly with the scent of Bianca, mentions wanting to take some time to go hunting. The three get their audience with the Lightbearer though, and mention that the man just leaving was Perido, as well as other info we have on the other Forsaken. Dorian also believes that the drow woman, Madame Malestra, is also most likely Malice, raising the total of Forsaken in the city to 4. Dorian also offers his help in several areas, getting the party into the Bull as Children of the Flame, and keeping the Forsaken out by using a fragment of the Flame of Nabir Tamon. Morwin's dreams are also brought up. The similarity to Dorian's own visions given to him by the light were noted, and Dorian offers that the 3 pillars that Morwin saw could potentially be the 3 pillars of the light that were lost in Bella Clara. Meanwhile, Cecily, Ashima, and Carosella spend some time tracking down the brothers Varsi, who the party were informed get mixed up in all this heist business, the search taking them to a tavern where they are led upstairs to a little drug-like den to talk with one of the brothers, Bo. He takes an interest in Carosella, and after a slightly, mildly painful interaction, they leave with tickets to the ball as the dates for the brothers. So both groups reconvene back in the tavern, having a little discussion about who's going to be on guard duty with the Children of the Flame and who's going to be on the date squad for the heist, before all heading off to a fight that was arranged the previous night, with Morwin, Sunny, and Hiestmas entering the pit to find themselves up against one Chimera.
All right.
Ciao.
Thank you very much, Gemma. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. I was looking through the music I had, and I have the same few tracks that I use for opening music, and I was looking through it, and I was like, what was that one called? That one was called Pugilite Crossing, and I was like, this is it. This is the one. And then it was so sick nasty, I couldn't change away.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. I don't think it fits the tone of Salamander Ghost, but I was not worried about it. So
I'm sad.
we're gonna,
I've been hearing nothing.
Oh wow.
Aw.
Yeah, that is really sad. Well, I also did just turn the music off because we're gonna transition into Sunny, Morwin, and Hiestmas as you jump down in to the pit where this chimera currently is face to face with you. You can see the gnarly dragon head with cuts and scars along it, missing a few scales, the ram head and the lion head in the center, the leathery red wings on top of that with the paws of a lion, and then the hooves of a goat in the back, and this long lizard-like tail sort of curling up and creating this like whipping, cracking noise in the back. As all three of you sort of stand there, weapons drawn, you can see the chimera looks and stares, waiting for your move. And with that, we'll go ahead and dive right into this combat. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much use... We're not going to roll initiative, but we are going to use your sort of stats and health, where the chimera is still going to make attacks. It's still going to roll damage, and you're going to do the same. But the one thing I'm going to say is that you can be more creative with what you want to do. And if the three of you can kind of team up on how to do something, there might be some extra damage in store for you there. But it's up to you all to strategize. Now, here's the thing that you got to keep in mind. For every sort of turn that each one of you take, so Hiestmas takes a turn, Sunny takes a turn, Morwin takes a turn, the three of you can decide to go all at once or split it up, but after each one of you, the chimera will get an attack or a turn equal to however many people just went. So if all three of you go in a row, that means the chimera gets to go 3 times in a row with 3 separate attacks, okay?
Copy.
All right, so with that, you can see the chimera sort of waiting to make a move, seeing which one of you is going to act first, so it can determine which one of you it's going to try and eat first. So with that, the three of you, what do you want to do? How do you want to approach this situation?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, I feel like we need a combo here. Morwin, how fast can you run? And can you carry me?
Can I carry you? Yes.
That was a dumb question. I don't know why I asked. With your permission, I'd like you to run with me and throw me as hard as you can. I'm going to try and bounce off of you and like flying dragon kick right into the center head.
Nice.
All right.
And then I will flurry of blows to jab at both the eyes.
Okay. Alrighty. Very cool. Very cool. So real quick, Morwin, go ahead and as you begin to run and you throw Hiestmas, go ahead and make a strength check for me. Just see how hard you throw Hiestmas.
Okay. Hang on. Strength check.
It's a great gif.
Ooh, that's an 8.
You're welcome.
Okay, so sadly, Hiestmas, you are thrown and you do make contact. However, with Morwin's toss, it's enough to get you there, but not necessarily enough to get you to deal any more damage than what you may have been able to do initially. But you do fly, go to make that kick, and those 2 punches. Go ahead and roll your attacks and damages for those.
Okay. Sorry. gonna add my charger feat to it.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna do the unarmed strike, and then
Nice.
2 attacks. So I'll do 1 more. Flurry of blows. I'll do 2 more.
Okay, yes. All So yeah, all of those are going to hit. Woo!
And then just because, fuck off, I'm going to spend. This is partially why I wanted to. I was like leaning towards like just doing the fight. I'm going to use Hand of Harm and Stunning Strike. So I'm
Oh,
gonna burn 3 points of ki on this attack.
damn. Okay. Okay.
So that'll be a Hand of Harm. Additional 6, and then as far as the Stunning Strike, it's got to be a 14 con save, which will probably happen, but you never know.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Con save. Saving throw. Ooh. Well, that's a natural 1, so that's not exactly going to cover it.
Amazing. I'm so happy. That's all for me.
Okay, so that was a stunning strike. So with
Yeah,
that,
and
it is currently stunned.
yeah, stun until next turn.
All right, stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move or speak. Feels dexterity and strength. Those attack rolls against have advantage. Okay. And now is that until the beginning of your next turn or until the end of its next turn?
Of my next turn.
Oh, wow. Okay. All righty. Very good. So with that, we then come to Sunny or Morwin.
So if you don't mind me going now,
Go for it.
Sunni is going to, as he sees this happen, run towards the left head of this creature and kind of like zigging and zagging and kind of dancing his way up. And this is gonna sound ridiculous, but I think it would look cool. Can I try to like? I don't know how tall chimeras are, but like, can I try to like jump, hook? I'm gonna say it all, and then you can tell me what to roll.
Okay.
Jump over it, over the left head, hook the hooks of my swords into its top jaw, bring its head back, and breathe lightning into its mouth. So I would use one of my attacks to, I guess, maybe grapple it, because I guess you can do that, and my other of my second attacks to use my breath weapon.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, the nice thing for you is that you don't really have to compete too much with it because it is currently stunned. So, if anything, I'll have you make 1 acrobatics check just to see if you can make the jump and land it, along with the fluid motion of pulling the hooking the swords in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is an 11.
An 11? Okay. So you are able to jump on top and you're able to hook the swords in and you're able to just begin to pull back, but definitely not enough. You can see that as it's stunned, its jaw is fairly clenched, tight shut. So it's a little bit harder to hook and pry, and you weren't able to get as much of momentum as you wanted to jump on top of the creature. But you still are on top of there, and it seems as though you can try to make what would be a strength check to pull and pry it open. And then hopefully with that 1 attack, you'd be able to make the breath attack with the next attack action.
Sure, I'll try that.
All right, make a strength check for me. Let's see.
18.
18. Okay, yeah. I would definitely say that is enough to do so. So you hook in and pull back, and you are able to just sort of begin to crack and tear at those muscles that tightened up as the creature's maw is now open.
And it's just for the sake of flavor that he's doing it right into its mouth, but I just think it would, so like the entire cone of lightning kind of erupting from his mouth. Like mouth to mouth, but it's
Yeah. This is
murder
one
instead.
deadly mama bird maneuver. That's what this is.
Yeah. So I don't really remember how my breath weapon works, to be completely honest. But let me like look it up because I don't remember what like I have to roll. I know it has to make a saving throw, but I don't know what damage I do.
Well, let's
I think it's on my D&D Beyond probably.
Yeah, I think so. Let's do these right here. There you go. Suni. Lance? Do you have a lance?
The lance is what you put in for like when the weapons are.
Okay.
Okay, it's a Dex saving throw. 3d8 lightning damage.
Okay, it fails automatically because it's stunned.
Sweet. Okay. And 3d8, that is 8 plus 7 plus 1. So 16 points of lightning damage.
16 points of lightning damage. Nice.
And then I will just, I don't know, ride on this one head like I'm bull riding or something.
Okay. So yeah, currently after pulling it back, you had jumped on the ram's head as you had like breathed lightning into it. Now you're just using the horns as like a gripping device to stay on. All right. So then with that, the only person left is Morwin.
Okay. So she's gonna run up to like the side of the creature, and after getting a decent kind of running head start, she's going to jump full distance, and she's basically just gonna like slash her axe out as she goes up the creature's side to injure it. So just a regular attack, basically.
Yep.
Alright, so let's see here. I do have advantage on that, though, I just realized.
Correct, because it is stunned.
That's a lot better.
It is a hit there.
We can take the first damage, though, since I shouldn't be rolling damage twice.
Oh, yeah.
That way. So.
All right, we'll do it with the 11.
Yeah, so cuts into it, jumps up, and is now, a fair distance above it. And she'll use her second attack action to throw the axe down at it.
Okay. Nice. Sick. It's a 23, and that's going to be 15 points of damage.
Okay. And then, as she's falling, she'll recall the axe back to her. And then, as she kind of lands, like, on its back, she's going to action surge and just plant 2 more attacks right into it.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And she will Great Weapon Master both of these attacks.
Hell yeah.
So -5 from what I roll. Okay, well, good thing it's advantage. Does a 17 hit?
17 does not hit.
Ah, shit. Okay, well, second attack. It's always the action surge that goes wrong every time.
And
that will be it.
okay, all right. So yep, you bring it in, and you can just see that all along the back there are these like rock hard scales that are just almost impenetrable to cut through. As you had made the mistake of sort of jumping down and landing and just making 2 wild hacks, it was just right into those scales. Luckily, the axe doesn't break because it's magical shit. But you still run into the issue where you're not able to penetrate through those scales into its backside. So with that, all 3 of you having taken your turns in this moment, you can see the creature would have begun to stir and to break and to make 3 rapid-fire attacks against each one of you. But sadly, it is currently frozen in place as it is unable to move and take those 3 turns.
I'm going to do something very stupid. Seeing as it begins to try and rise and fail from the stun, I'm going to run over to where Suni is, holding the beast's mouth, one of the beast's mouths open. Give him a nod. And are you still holding it open?
Yeah.
I'm going to crawl inside.
Nice.
and
Nice.
just on the inside, and I'll use like the rest of any bit of movement I have, unless you think it's too much, in which case I can dash to the wind out, or whatever it's called. I'm just gonna go to town with my quarterstaff, smacking, weak spots on the teeth,
Yeah.
anything
yeah.
to cause pain from inside the mouth.
Okay, amazing. Yeah. So you know what? I'll say roll your attacks. Obviously there was advantage already, but let's let's add an extra D4 to any of these damages because that's pretty gnarly. So however many attacks hit, you'll just roll an extra that many number of D4s.
Oof.
21 hits. Oh. 15 will not hit, but they are with advantage, so.
Okay.
Because he's stunned. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, 30 will hit. 30 will definitely hit.
And then I'll go for my unarmed attack.
Unarmed whop. With advantage, so.
Okay.
Just for funsies, see if that'll hit. Yep, and that does.
And because I have so much ki, because level 8, to be an asshole, with that unarmed strike, what I want to do is, presumably this creature has a uvula. I'm going to Hand of Harm and just tug as I run it.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, God.
Well, that's Hand of Healing. It's the same dice.
It's same dice. Okay.
But...
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll a con saving throw for this thing because I think that it might have a violent reaction to that.
Oh God.
Saving throw. Okay, that's gonna be a 21 on the saving throw. So, Ashima, right as your turn is ending and you are jumping out of the creature, you can, as you yank and pull and rip and tear that uvula off, you can hear this like churning, guttural, like groaning noise coming from the back of the throat of the ram head that you just hopped out of. And you can see the creature just gags and immediately just spews out this like fiery, acidic vomit. As it just spews out onto the ground and begins to bubble and melt into the sand, and you can see the sand. There's like small shards of like crystalline, like little shards of glass that begin to create from the intense heat of this acidic vomit. Sort of parts of the dragon and the ram all sort of coming together. But eventually it does subside, and it's still going to take a fair bit of damage from that because it's still vomited in a very violent way. Luckily it did save, so that's 6. That's going to be an extra 12 points of acid damage. Whew. All right. So you rip and tear, and the uvula just flies off.
Ugh,
Okay.
I regret that.
So yeah, it's in your hand. You can do whatever you want with it now. One chimera uvula.
No.
You must inherit
Throw
its
to
powers.
the audience when you take it.
Okay. Alrighty. Since that was a rather solo move by Ashima, with that, as the Chimera does come back to, it is now back, end of his turn. The stunning wears off, and since that wasn't paired up with anybody else, the Chimera then is going to... yeah, the Chimera is going to take some attacks, as it is no longer stunned. So the first thing that it's going to do is... Morwin, you're like on its back right now, right? That's where you had landed.
Yep.
Okay. So what it's going to do is it is going to, since your axe currently isn't like hooked into anything, the Chimera is just going to fly up 20 or 15 feet, and then it's going to flip itself upside down. So you just kind of like fall over onto the ground. You're going to take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you crack onto your back onto the ground. And
am I okay having been hooked into the ram's mouth?
That's what I was just about to say. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 8 plus whatever my dex save is. So 17.
17. Okay, that's enough to stay hooked on as you then are like hanging as it's hanging upside down, and it tries to do a little spin to get rid of you, but luckily you're still hooked on. As it lands down, you can see as you're standing on top of the ram head kind of leans down, and you can see where it ends up landing in the arena. You or Morwin and Hiestmas are lined up, and you can see the ram head sort of lean down, and the dragon head sort of cock itself at an angle, and it's going to scorch the head of the goat head a little bit, but it's going to hit each one of you with a fire breath attack.
Nice.
So I need each one of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
And you guys get plus 4 to your save.
Are we within 10 feet of you if it's in the air?
Oh, is it in the air? Okay, never mind.
No, you would be within 10 feet because it's only a 15-foot cone.
Oh, right. Forgot how to. Oh. Piss.
I forgot that you were blessed, Hiestmas. Let me remove that real quick.
Yep.
24 for mine.
Ooh. That's not good, boys. Okay, so...
Oh, sorry. I'll start rolling on here. I've been using.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
I'm just lazy. I don't want to roll real dice.
That's okay. No, it's okay. That's why you can use either or. It doesn't matter to me. So Morwin and Hiestmas, you take 39 points of fire damage. And Suni, you'll. Hiestmas, what?
Hiestmas has evasion.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Fuck, I forgot about that. Thank you.
So that means Suni and Hiestmas, you'll both take 19 points of fire damage.
Still oof, but...
Wait, 19 is half damage? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Save my skin there, Ryan.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of it from sharing.
I have 69 health. In case anybody was
curious. I wasn't until you said it, but now I'm very interested.
Good.
Okay, all right, so that's going to be its turn. Suni, with you still on it, it is going to... let's see, it has a little bit more movement, so it's going to fly all the way up, so it's sort of hanging upside down on the cage, and you're currently hanging upside down on top of it, Suni. So with that, that's going to be the end of the Chimera's turn. Suni, Morwin, are you doing anything together, or are you doing stuff on your own?
I don't think we can really do it together right now, based on just where we are.
Yeah.
So I think it's about 30 feet up in the air right now.
Okay. Well, Suni, now that he's kind of just hanging on for dear life, what I'm gonna do is, I was on the Rams, like, the up. He's gonna hook, kind of like swinging his momentum, hook both of his swords around the upside down neck of the ram, and kind of swinging back and forth. I'm gonna jump and try to get the dragon's head with 2 of my slashing attacks. And I will use a bonus action to use Divine Fate. So my swords kind of start vines growing around them as he swings, and then just both of the tips of the hooks into the neck of the dragon head.
Nice.
So that is a 17 to hit on the first one.
Okay.
And a dirty 20 on the second.
Okie dokie. Alrighty, so the 17 misses, but the dirty 20 does hit.
Okay. So that is 7 plus so 9 points of damage. And then am I like close enough to the cage to take the hook that didn't stick into the neck of the dragon and kind of like hook onto it and crawl off of it?
Yeah, sure. I'd say with enough momentum, you could sort of swing from one and make like a small jump hanging into the cage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hook both of my swords onto it and kind of just turn around. I'm gonna stay on the cage, but try to like onto like a blind spot of it. But I will stay up in the air for now.
Okay. Alrighty. Cool. So at the end of your turn, what it's going to do is it is going to go ahead and make 3 attacks against you. 1 bite, 1 horn, and 1 claw. Bite, horn, claw. As you are hanging up there with it, it is just going to begin to tear into you, Suni, or at least it's going to try. So that's going to be a 25 for the bite from the lion head, a 19 from the horns of the ram, and a 14 from the claws of the lion as well.
Okay, the 14 misses, but the other 2 hit.
Okay, so that's going to be 11 points of piercing damage from the bite,
Okay.
and 13 points of bludgeoning damage from the horns.
What's that, 24 total?
Yeah. As there is just this rip and tear from the lion head, and then the horns of the ram just slam into your chest. You still manage to hang on tight from where you are held up from the ceiling, but that definitely did hurt. All right. With that, that's the end of its turn. And then we come to Morwin. Morwin, what would you like to do?
Morwin's gonna. I know there's not like a ton of room down here, but you know, there's at least a little bit. She's gonna try and move away from Hiestmas, just in breaths again. Maybe it can't target both of them bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, she's just gonna throw the axe, recall it, and throw it again. So I'll just make 2 attacks here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna assume those both missed.
Yep, sadly, those do both miss. So yeah, you throw it, it sort of clings off the scales, falls to the ground. You recall it, throw it again, and it once again just clings off of the scales and falls down to the ground.
All right, and that will be it.
Okay. Alrighty, so then after your turn, Suni, you're the only person up there, so it's going to make those 3 attacks into you again.
Nice.
1, 2, 3. Oh, those aren't good rolls. So that's a 9, a 12, and then a 4. So those are all going to...
they all miss.
Yes. Those are all going to miss. Okay. Alrighty. So with that, it makes... Yeah, it makes those 3 attacks sort of gnawing and biting and slashing at you, but luckily you're just able to swing like a jungle gym and avoid any of the attacks. Okay, so with that, we come back up to the top where the 3 of you can either work together on something, 2 you can coordinate, it's up to you, but after each person finishes, the Chimera will get a turn. So what do you want to do?
Action economy wise, we should probably collaborate on something real quick.
Well, I'm still up in the air, so I have, I don't know if anybody else, I don't know, like an attack from the bottom and the top at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go low. I'm good at being low to the ground. I'll run towards the underbelly.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead, and I think I'll do 2 quarterstaff strikes right on the underbelly, and then run out from under it.
Okay.
So that way, when Suni lands on it, it'll kind of like ping pong back and forth. Hopefully,
Oh,
if
nice.
we're strong enough.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, go ahead and what then I'll have you do is Suni. So Hiestmas, go ahead and make your 2 attacks. And then Suni, are you also making attacks to try and loosen its grip, or are you just waiting until it starts to fall?
When it starts, if it starts to fall, I'll wait until I can see, I guess, whether or not it's going to. But if it starts to fall, I will then plunge both of mine in to try to give it more momentum on going down.
Okay.
I'll just wait and see what happens with Hiestmas' 2 attacks first.
Okay. So with the 12, we'll see. So the DC will just be the damage that it took. So 12 points of damage. Strength saving throw to see if it falls. That's a natural 1. So that is going to be enough to do it in, as you are able to make one good crack at one of the sort of claws that are hanging, or the underbelly, this smacking right into that abdomen. You're able to crack as you can see the creature loses its breath and has this immediate sort of expulsion where it tries to push away to fly away. But luckily, you can see as it begins to try and fly, it's just not able to get onto that. It's not able to find the momentum and the energy to do so. And Suni, you can see it falling towards the ground.
And is its belly up or is its belly down?
Belly is up towards you.
Okay. So I'm going to dropping off from the cage, bringing both of the ends of the bottoms of both of my swords down, just trying to like punch both of them down like right into its abdomen, and I'm going to give one of these attacks a smite.
Nice.
I can technically make 3 attacks, I guess, but I don't know if that's how this would work, how I'm doing it. Okay, so a 27 to hit.
That hits.
A 26 to hit. And then if I get a third one, that's a 22 to hit.
Okay, yep, all those hit.
Okay, so that is... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rolling the wrong dice. Give me just 1 sec.
Disgrace.
So the first attack is 8 points of damage. The second is 12 points of damage. And third is... Oh, my dice are running away from me. Is 19 points of damage.
Woo! 19.
The last six points of whatever divine magic is called.
Okay. Radiant.
Radiant, thank you. That was just not in my brain.
Words go burr. Okay.
Words do go burr.
Okay, all right. And then for it falling, you and Hiestmas working together there, we're going to go ahead and have it roll 3d6 bludgeoning damage as it crashes down into the ground. That's going to be a total of 13 points of damage. Bludgeoning as it crashes into the ground. Slamming. You can see it just sort of wriggle and writhe as it eventually now... I'm assuming that's it from the two of you?
Yeah, that's it from me.
Okay, so with that, it's going to wriggle and writhe and stand in front of each of you as Suni, you sort of land down next to it. And we have got 3 attacks coming at you, Suni, and 3 attacks coming at you, Hiestmas, as the Chimera is not happy, as it's going to make these 6 rapid attacks. So we got Bite, Horns, Claw at Suni. Oh, that's anticlimactic. That's a 10, a 12, and a 23.
And for Hiestmas, a 20, a 20, and a 20.
So, Suni, that's going to be 16 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
From the 23. And then Hiestmas... Oh. Okay, there you go.
Was that right?
No. That's you were close. A
would've
22,
cried.
a 23, and a 16. So the 16 misses.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a total of 19 points of damage.
Still up.
Yeah. Alrighty. So with that, you can see Morwin, as we now get to your turn, the Chimera is sort of like expanding its wings, sort of like herding Hiestmas and Suni into a corner as it's just making slash and cut and bite. And these sort of bludgeoning ram attacks, as you can see, it brings the dragon head back as the flames in the jaw or in the maw slowly begin to relight, as you can tell that it's about to unleash a hell of a lot of flame down on these two. The next chance that it gets. What are you doing?
Okay, just gonna check something real quick.
Check away.
That is not going to work. That's unfortunate. I think Morwin's just gonna run up from behind and try to attack. Well, first of all, she's gonna bonus action second wind to try and pop off real quick. Okay, it's not bad.
15 is nice.
Yay. Then yeah, I think she's gonna run to the back legs and just try to get these two just like big chops into it, just trying to get its attention back to what's behind it instead of in front of it. So
Okay.
she will just attack twice.
Nice.
There we go.
25, nice.
There we go.
Okay, all right, for a total of 37 points of damage. So as you can see the dragon head beginning to curl back, the flames getting ready to absolutely overflow and explode towards Ashima and Suni, not knowing how they would have reacted or what may have happened. As you bring your axe back and go to slam it in to the Chimera, Blood Moon, how do you want to do this?
Hell.
All right. With the first attack, we'll just say that she cuts clean, just like right through the leg and just chops it.
As it sort of lumbers over to the side, that bloody stump dips into the sand. We'll say it's right where that fiery like glass shards was that it created. It lands into its like stumpy goat hoof, and like the blood just being cauterized by the still heat that's there from the glass. That was the first hit.
And then she'll just jump onto its back and Shadow of the Colossus just run forward until it's right over the, we'll just say the dragon head, because why not?
Hell yeah.
And she'll just drop the axe like right into its crown, just as hard as she can.
Hell yeah.
Just smash it.
Yeah, and you can see that as you are running up, you can see the lion head sort of trying to rear its head back to take a bite, and you can see the ram head trying to slam at you with the horns, but you just unleash another fearsome blow into the horns of the ram as those just come crashing and flying and splintering off. As you jump and slam the axe head down to the back of the dragon skull, you can see the flame explode upward into that metal cage covered by that magic barrier. Slams up, creating this sort of cascade of sparks and flames that lands down. As you can see, the dragon head the dragon head is absolutely caved in and destroyed, goes limp. The goat head does a similar thing, and then the lion head, loopy from the blood loss from the cuts and bruises, eventually also does topple over as the Chimera is dead. So, with that, you can hear the crowd erupt into these like raucous yells and celebrations of the absolute tour de force that was your slaughter of this Chimera. And you can see Thrash stand near as the cage begins to rise as he says,
"Well, I think we'd all be lying if we said we didn't at least expect that a little. Takes more than some three-headed monster to take down the silent monk, the bronze shiv, and the hometown favorite, the Blood Moon."
and you hear the crowd just erupt into cheers and yells as you defeat the Chimera. So with that, ladders are thrown down for the three of you to climb up, or you can make an exit however you may like.
Morwin will just jump up.
Okay.
Yep. Extreme jump.
Hell yeah. So
Suni will climb the ladder in, sad that I can't jump very high.
So yeah, you see that. And the person who threw out the ladder, they kind of give you a look like, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
We all have different abilities.
So yeah. With that, all of you now in the you can see the crowd sort of calm down a little bit. There's still a little bit of excitement and rancor among them, but you can see people come out from the different gates. They begin to take the Chimera body, drag it off, and clean the sand from where there may have been any blood or bruises or scrapes or claws, anything like that. So you can see Thrash come over as the three of you are getting reacclimated with your party members. He smiles and nods and said,
"Well, if I'm being honest, that was a particularly good match. Seems like they, at least the Chimera, gave you a little bit of trouble, but I'm glad to see you came out the other end all right."
Well, was a fun match. Can at least say that.
Lots of fun, Suni will say as he's clutching his side where he was clawed and bitten into.
I've empathy for the creature, but sparring does feel good.
Also, what the fuck was that thing?
Oh, you never heard of a Chimera before, have you? Not the only one we got. Sadly,
Is Is it like, is it born like that? Like, what the fuck is it?
As far as my knowledge goes, sometimes there are odd things that happen at the points where our planes can join. Where sometimes you might run into something like that or something worse. There have also been known to be wizards of a sort like to experiment with different forms of life. And apparently chimeras that come about in one of the two ways. As much as I like to play the big dumb idiot, takes a lot of smarts and book reading to run an establishment this fine.
As he gestures his hands up to something that does not look very nice, but obviously brings in quite a bit of money.
Oh, and Thrash, before I forget,
Mm-hmm.
your hunting problem has been taken care of.
Well, good to hear. Happy to hear it. Good to know that your relations with Mr. Almair up north, glad to hear that still works out all right. Help out the little folks.
He'll just nod. Give a small smile.
Well. So, you done your duty, you filled your end of the bargain, so, well, I'll fulfill the rest of mine. As long as you need the rooms in the southern part here. Furnace, you can have them. Promise make sure you're safe down here. The only unsavourable people are ones that I trust, so you're probably pretty safe.
Appreciate it. We're hoping few more days max, but if anything changes, I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Of course.
And thank you. It was just really, really nice to get back in the ring after so long.
It's a fun experience, especially after some time away. So I'm glad you were able to find some enjoyment in it. If you're ever bored, I think we could find some room for some more matches for you.
I definitely wouldn't be opposed.
Good to hear. Same goes for you. The Silent Monk. Didn't have a name like the other two, so I had to come up with something on the fly.
Catchy, misleading, but also more wise and knowing than it gives off. I don't mind it. Though, I don't think you'll find me fighting for glory anytime. As demonstrated, victory comes from within.
Yeah, you're right. Silent is misleading. Anyway, so... if there's anything else I can do to make your stay in the furnace or in Brahmsgrave easier, just let me know. Believe me, my purse is looking quite a bit more full after today's events.
Like I said, we'll let you know, but for now, there's other things we must take care of, so if you'll excuse us.
All right. You are excused. Take the time you need, and I'll be seeing you around.
Give a head nod, and you can see the sort of piercing, the septum piercing, as he sort of makes a brief exhale. It flies up a little bit. He makes his way through the crowd.
And Morwin will head over to where the others are.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, likewise.
You all traveled that way.
Yes.
Great job. That was really, really impressive.
Ashima, I gotta ask, is it like a ancient monk practice to rip out someone's throaty bag?
It seems that Thrash thought I meant victory coming from within metaphorically. I did not.
It's called a uvula.
Oh, gee, thanks. Yeah. Look, glad you're on our side. Anyway, as far as I remember it, we had a weird list of things to do today, and that was just one of them.
Well, the only last major thing is you and Carosella have a meeting, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Not till the evening, though, right? Imagine.
Well,
it's
are we-
past midday-ish, like
Oh,
early
what time is
I
it,
don't
Joe?
know. What time is it? Yeah.
Well, it's about
I
noon.
don't think it's 6 a.m.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's about noon.
So I remember the fight was at noon, so.
Well,
Well.
there's also outfit shopping for some of you for tomorrow.
That is true.
Dorian said that for the security, he'll have something sent here, but for those of you going on dates, yes. That definitely still needs to be done.
I mean, honestly, we might just be useful to get some supplies while we're out and about anyway. Odds and
What?
ends.
Well,
Plenty of shops
Do-
in front of.
and we do have more money than I know what to do with, which is why I don't have it, but still.
Morwin, where would you say is the best place to get better armor?
Uh,
I
Joe,
could
where
use
was
some.
that?
It just kind of depends what you're looking for. Because, like, if you are looking for, like, fancy stuff, it's different than if you're just looking for, like, something you can pick up off the side of the street, you know?
I just strong studded leather specifically for just being technical. I'm just wearing leather. I was like, studded leather would be at least nice. So
So then, yeah, Morwin,
we even need to roleplay that. We can just be like, Bianca got studded leather armor. So
finally she did. Yeah, so Morwin, you would know of a place. There's the Fame of Flame, that works a lot with metallurgy and armor and weapon crafting, but there's also it's a couple situation where the two individuals, they work back and forth with leatherworking and metallurgy, and reasonable prices, nothing upmarked like most things are here, so you could easily find Bianca some leather armor while you're out, studded leather armor, sorry, while you're out from there.
And Morwin passes that on.
All right.
all right.
So you can just go ahead and add that and just mark off 45 gold, Bianca.
Cool. I shall do. Well, that's all I have for the whole day.
Buy studded leather armor. Check.
Well,
yeah, I wish my
do we
days
need-
were that simple.
Right.
Well, do we need to go clothes shopping and then just, well, and supply shopping in general, and then just hunker down until evening?
Yeah. Figure I'll just come along, see if anything catches my eye, I guess. I don't know, maybe it'll be a magic place where they sell things.
I do like things.
I think it also might be a good idea to check back at the Severed Toes. I mean, it's close to where Little Pine is, so we could go there in the evening, but go there earlier, I suppose, if we have the time.
You,
Just Felicity, or what are you thinking?
I'll touch base there, see if any more word came, if any more trouble's been had there. I mean, considering the destruction that happened at the tavern, I think it's just, well, courtesy to check in rather than just leave as we did, right?
I can do it in a disguise if that makes us feel better. Last thing I'd want is to walk back in there and there's 2 more of those horn fuckers just hanging out.
All right, so what do we want to do first?
Well, if you're just gonna sit around with your thumb in your ass, I could make a decision for you.
Please,
Why don't you
wet
go?
me before you
please,
speak.
Joe.
Why don't you go shopping for general supplies, then shopping for clothes, or in either order? Don't think it really matters that much. This is the water situation all over again.
I was literally thinking
Oh
about
my
that.
god.
Just shopping.
Okay, what supplies do you guys want? What are you thinking? What do you want? Let's just get through this. Let's get through one thing so we can move on to the next thing, okay?
Well,
What
if we're
supplies?
Going back in time.
Do you want a grappling hook? For the heist?
All of our food will also go back in time, so we won't be hungry anymore because we weren't hungry previously. It makes sense.
Okay.
Does anyone actually need supplies? What do people
No.
need?
I
No.
mean, like, I don't know, just potions and magic shit.
yeah,
Okay.
that was my
There we
thing.
go. Let's get some
If there's a
potions.
shop that has potions and basic magic items and can maybe enchant shit, then that's what I was going to be interested in.
Yeah.
And gonna see if that was available while we were dicking around for fancy clothes.
Okay. Yes, that is totally possible.
But
If
it's not happening.
it is happening. It's happening right now. So it's that way we don't need to have weird silence about supply shopping.
I'm an indecisive person. I'm
And
sorry.
it's okay. I forgive you. Okay, so if you're looking for more common, more basic magic items, you can Morwin and Carasilla, you would know of a place called the Mythic Mystic. That would have exactly what you need. Forewarned, the person that owns the place is odd. People aren't exactly sure if they know how to speak common, but they do understand most speech. So, go at your own risk.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Hell yeah. So you head out that way and you begin making your way through the city streets of Bromsgrove. So let me go ahead and pull you to the city streets of Bromsgrove. No need for the furnace music. Now we can have Busy Market Square, because that's all Bromsgrove is. It's just one big busy market square. So you go back out into the clatter of the city, the life that just is constant and always echoing throughout the mountain cliffside of the city. Make your way through one hallway or one alleyway through another, trying to avoid any wandering eyes that you can. And eventually you do make your way to a very, very large building that you can see has a sign hanging from it. And what's very odd is you can see what looks to be 4 geometric shapes, ranging in color and shape, floating above a head. But the head is not a normal human head. In fact, it has these 2 very, very large ears that come down off the side, like very, very large ears, these sort of ovals that come down off the side. A larger, more triangular shaped face, and from the front of the nose, or from the front of the face, there is this sort of like snout that kind of comes down. Almost one could maybe say like a trunk coming down off the front of the face and down, where it looks to be the silhouette of an elephant head. And you can see the sign right underneath the elephant head. It says the Mythic Mystic. So, with that, currently, Morwin Carousel, you didn't You didn't shop here too often, but what you do remember about the owner is, like I said, the not sure about the common thing, and that their name is Darus.
Darus?
Just Darus.
That's a great name.
Darus.
Okay, Cecily's gonna turn to the twins and be like, okay, the last few times I've seen an animal person, I overreacted, and it was rude. I can see that now. So I just want a warning. Can we just warn me if there's about to be like an elephant on 2 legs in there?
Was there some part of we haven't shopped here before that was unclear?
I don't know. I'm seeing some clues. I've never seen any before, but they could exist because everything apparently exists.
God.
To be fair, you are a hairless ape on 2 legs.
Rude.
Correct.
I think that's also just one way to find out, right? Shall we go in?
I will tame my response.
Okay. So with that,
As we go in, Morwin's like, God, you have 3 prophetic dreams. Suddenly everyone asks you your questions.
so with that, you head in to this large shop, but you can see that it's not large for things that are stocked in here. It is large because of the inhabitants that must live here. As you can see, a large entity. You're not sure if it's a man or a woman, or if a creature like this has any discernible gender that really matters. Has this sort of dark gray skin that is sort of cracked in different places. This large trunk that comes down off the top of its face, 2 large floppy ears, and these very short stubby hands, as it's currently holding a very, very large book in its hand, and has these 2 small frames attached to its nose as it's sort of peering down. And you can see it look up at you as you enter and say,
Boros Gurum, welcome.
You as well.
Malamu.
flipping pages.
Okay, so it didn't say. Okay. I was like, that's. Oh man. But yeah, Cecily's just kind of. Her eyes will widen and her posture will stiffen, but she won't say anything.
Mm.
And she'll start browsing the shelves, if there are any.
Yeah, there are shelves. There are shelves and display cases.
I wasn't sure if it was a behind the counter kind of place, you know?
No, you can see this individual that he's or they are pretty sure that nobody's going to try and steal from them in this particular place. So yeah, no, you can definitely sorry, I'm trying to find the thing here. I don't know where that went. So you can see that as you are looking around, there are a collection of different a collection of different things at your disposal. If you'd like to make purchases, you can see that there are several different collections of potions and health potions, as well as a few different magical items of a sort. So what I will say is that most of the shop seems to be rather, I don't want to say picked clean. It's not necessarily like I guess picked clean is the right way to put it. But it's definitely not dirty. It's just not very well kept. Where you can see that probably this individual has a hard time cleaning their area because of how just large they are. And you can see a collection of different things in here. There are a lot of different scrolls. That's probably the thing that is most abundant. But you can also see what looks to be a small hat sort of sitting on it. It's got like a very, very fine rim around the side with this sort of wrapping colors of greens and blue attached to it. Like I said, a collection of different potions. And you can also see what looks to be a shield sort of propped up against the wall that has the symbol of an eye on top of it. And it's kind of one of those things, kind of like some of those very like old-timey paintings where like no matter where you move in the room, you feel like the eye's looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
So we have fancy hat. We have eye shield. You can see that there is also what looks to be a fine like black cloth silk. Or this black cloth that is kind of in the shape of a circle. But it's no bigger than a handkerchief, at least folded up in the way that it is right now. So those are kind of the three things, aside from the multitude of different scrolls and the health potions that you see. Kind of catch your eye. Fancy hat, eye shield, black cloth.
God, it just occurred to me this guy can't describe what these things do.
Well, not with words.
Yeah.
Cecily.
Yumma.
Yeah, that sure. And Cecily's gonna start looking through the scrolls. Remind me, so if it is a spell of a level that I have a slot for, I can just cast it, right? If it with the scroll.
Correct, yeah.
But I can only cast it once and then the scroll's gone, as opposed to a wizard who can copy it.
Correct.
Okay. Well then. There are like really good spells that I don't necessarily want one of my to be a sorcerer spell, you know, because I only have so many.
Mm-hmm.
So I might just see if he has scrolls for some of them. Like I would not mind having a scroll for the second level spell Blur. Which is the concentration one where it's for the duration. Any creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. That's
nice. That is a good one. That is a good one.
that's pretty damn good.
See, yes, he does have that one.
Okay.
So that one would be a solid 240 gold.
Yeah, so that's I'd be able to use it one time, and it would cost us that much. But I think saving it for a good fight would probably be worth it at some point. The other question is, too, do I need to still concentrate on it if it's from a scroll?
I think so.
Yeah. Which is okay, because I have the 2 concentration slots now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be fine. But yeah, Blur would not be bad. And let's see what else would not be bad. Haste and Slow are both good. Does anybody in the party have Haste or Slow?
No.
So that was no, yeah.
Okay. Because I can also get a Haste to give to, like, Morwin or Suni or something at some point.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
And then... Hello.
Hi,
And, yeah, that might be good. Just to supernova one of our frontliners whenever we need that. That is also concentration, though, so... But yeah, those will be the 2 main ones I look at then, is Blur and Haste, to have for extra dangerous situations.
Okay. Let me check here real quick. So he would also have haste, but that one you're looking at 300 gold.
Okay. 300, 240, so 540 gold pieces. What is our current stash? Because I don't want I want to take it all just for little old me. But I don't know who has the stash written down right now. I can get just one or the other if it's too much.
I had the stash, but we have not gone shopping since forever. So
Yeah.
let me look, but that shouldn't be a problem if I remember correctly. Let me just kind of flip back here. Yeah, this is. Nope, before that. Okay. So we found just 575 gold. That's not our total stash. So we just have that. Now let me find our total.
Just as Felicity looking, what's the vibe with that fancy hat?
It is magical and very fancy.
No, we're talking aesthetics.
It's odd. One of the things that you can kind of see is like as you pick it up and kind of mess with it a little bit, you can kind of see that based off of your feeling, the hat kind of changes colors, or even changes shape a little bit. So it's not really nailed down to one thing in particular.
She'll kind of like gesture it towards where the shopkeep is. You able to tell me what this does, friend?
Disguise. Yama.
Could be useful. And a price?
Tuin toi kaioma
And you see him kind of raise up his hand and shake it at you. And he's going to hold up a finger and he's going to go 1 and then 0 and then 0 and then one more 0.
Is there an abacus here?
I have one.
Yeah, he's got one right next to him.
Okay, I was gonna say if you wanted to bargain, we could probably use that.
By the way, 1,000 is
got one.
pricey.
I misread my handwriting. As in, I thought it said group found 757, but it's group fund.
Okay. So that is our group fund.
And I missaid, it's 575. I just can't talk.
Okay. Well then, for me to get those 2 scrolls, I would be using pretty much the whole group fund. Because Cecily does not have any individual money, basically. So yeah. I mean, if that is okay, then I will do that, if we want to save money.
Suni, check out the black handkerchief thing.
Yes. You may. So you go over and you can see that it does unfold, and it unfolds into what looks to be a circular sheet of about 6 feet in diameter. And what you can see is as you lay it down, you can see there's this sort of like flare of like dull magical energy that sort of reverberates on the ground, and you can see what was just a solid piece of black cloth is now what looks to be like a vacuous hole in the ground that you can just fall into.
Cool.
That's kind of cool. But with Bianca and Cecily talking money, Bianca might be like, maybe just buy one for now.
Well, I think in that case, she'll get haste.
Okay. The haste was 300, I believe.
Yeah. I think that'll be more helpful to the party overall. So, Plus, I can like haste somebody and then also concentrate on greater invisibility and then just minimize the chances of losing concentration. So that'll
Okay,
be good.
updated group fund, $275. Gold.
Cool.
Can I tell how far this vacuous hole goes?
You probably could guess about 10 feet.
Can I, like, I don't know, drop a copper piece in and then bunch it up and see if it stays in there or if it comes out?
Yeah. Well, as you're getting ready to do that, you can hear the Loxodon, the elephant man in the back, go,
Enolama.
and he kind of moves around from the. You can hear the stool kind of crease up against the floor as he bounces into a few like cabinets and display cases. You can see now why he doesn't move around very often. He's probably about 9 feet tall, 5 feet wide. He's a man has a wide berth. And he,
Uyamoya. Yaka. Hole.
Yeah, it's the hole.
Enoma.
and you see him jump into the hole. And he just disappears into the darkness. And then you see him like reach his like little stumpy hand out and grab one of the corners of the fabric and pull it in, and the hole disappears.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. Well, I am intrigued.
I am also intrigued.
And you can see a hand poke out of nothingness until it's a small black, and you can see the cloth sort of replace as he pulls himself out.
That's like really cool.
Dang, man. If this wasn't D&D, that'd be a Twilight Zone concept. Fuck.
How much is this one? He will say into the hole.
You can see it just like his head poking out of the hole, and the rest of it is just darkness. Like just a giant elephant man head looking up at you, Suni, with two small little glasses held on to his trunk. And you can see the trunk sort of raise up and scratch his head as he goes, oh, as he raises up his hands to say 8, and then 0. And then 0. 0.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I don't know how much we
It's
could
too
bargain that
expensive,
one,
man.
gang.
That's really expensive.
And he kind of climbs out, and he gives you the he folds up the thing and hands it to you just for you to hold real quick. And he goes back behind the counter and he brings out like a bag. And you can see that he reaches into the bag where he's standing about 10, 15 feet away from you. And he pulls out from a bag that's maybe like 2 feet by 4 feet and like 2 feet by 2 feet, in diameter. He pulls out what looks to be this like massive, like 7 foot long, like Zweihander great sword, sets it on the counter, and pulls out a few more huge items. And he says, like, see? And then he gestures towards the piece of black fabric that you have, and then he points inside the bag and he goes, no.
Zamuna. Inamuna.
No. Like pointing towards the hole and the bag, and then goes no.
Suni will... I'm just kidding. I was going to say that he was going to joke and put the cloth near his bag of holding, but I'm not going to do that to this poor man. And Suni will just tap his head, like, knowingly. Like, I get it.
Kind of seeing the mischief in your eyes, his eyes narrow. Even though they're already very tiny, they narrow even more until they look like they're almost closed. And he's going to tuck the bag of holding back behind the counter again.
But Suni will put this 8,000 gold piece of fabric down because that's too rich for his taste.
Mama.
Bye.
How much is the shield? I probably won't use it, but I don't know.
Thousands. We know
Man,
this.
what if it's like
Yeah,
40?
probably too much.
Well, like everything else is like in 1,000. This one's just like 20 gold.
It's a bargain.
I would. Malamumaya, moyakayaka.
And he just gestures his hands again and he goes 3 0 0
All right, come on, let's not hear it.
0.
Fuck.
We all knew it was coming.
Well,
This is
Man.
classic bartering. You gotta, be like, oh, that's too much. I'm not interested in it now. What about this thing? Wait, no, come back. Now it's 2 copper pieces. Oh, cool, we'll take it.
How about 1 copper piece?
It's not as funny the second time around.
Bye. Bye.
I don't
Too
think we
much.
can. Yeah, we can't make a buy.
I think we may just not be wealthy enough for these items, everyone.
Finance.
Payment plan, go back into the future, and we will have already paid it off, right?
Let's go
how it
back
works.
and invest in fantasy Google. And then come back to pick it up.
He's like crypto.
What do you know about blockchain?
Jeez.
Man. Well,
All right.
Trista got her scroll. She's happy. I mean, I would glance at the potions, but I already decimated our fund, so.
We still need to go dress shopping.
Yeah.
And that's
What
probably
thing
going to be
here.
expensive, too.
Clothes?
Yes.
Bomulamoa, clothes.
We already have a place for clothing, if that's what you're meaning.
No good.
He says your place is no good. What do you say to that?
Or well, he's saying that he's no good for clothes, maybe. I don't know how much he's.
Well, I think either way, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and I think we've finished our business here, right?
You buy?
No.
Yeah, I think I already did my buy.
Melamoya.
He waves his hand at you and he goes back behind the counter.
Suni will look longingly at the piece of fabric, and then give a hearty sigh, and then walk out the door.
Okay.
Knowing that himself from like 6 months ago would have stolen it, but he's a better person now.
Aw. That's good.
Would have tried to steal
Yes,
it.
would have tried to steal it. Probably would have made the mistake of putting it inside the bag of holding, and then like.
Yep.
And not to be racist, but we could never shop here again because an elephant never visits.
That is true. That is true.
Gonna be a lot of
Oh, man.
keen mind feet for my next character.
Jesus.
All right.
Oh man, I didn't know where that was going, but that was good. That was amazing.
Painful.
So expensive.
Yeah, man.
To the tailor, then.
I feel like we have like way less gold than a level 8 adventuring party should.
Well, we're
You want to
outlaws.
question my
It's
Well,
skills?
you can get a
Yeah.
job, Suni. How about that?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
this
yes.
again.
Morwin, please take us clothing. Thank you.
We're very pro bono here in this group, unfortunately.
Yeah. If we were not outlaws and in a city and we like had a stronghold or something, like yeah. But we're kind of fucking. I think we're still coasting on a box of money Rose gave us, honestly.
Which
I
is
think that's true.
really funny.
I mean, Carousel got some gold, but I think a lot of it's just been spent now.
It has.
So I think, yeah, because like Morwin got new armor, and then we broke a tavern, So
Yeah, that might have done most of it.
yeah.
Well,
Tavern's
To the
expensive.
tailor.
I won't spend anything at the tailor, so.
All right. So with that, you begin to make your way back out into the city streets of Brahmsgrove, headed towards the tailor. Now, is there a particular tailor that you wanted to go to?
It certainly is, and if Morwin's not going that direction, Carousel will force the group.
No, that's where we're going.
Ah, okay.
To Kalen's family store, which I did not give a name.
It's okay. I did for you, baby. I got you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So, as you make your way throughout the city streets, heading towards a nicer part of the city where the mythic mystic was, for Darus, the Loxodon,
Hell yeah.
who barely spoke common. As you head away from there, you begin to head closer to the northern end of the, or I guess what would be the southern end of the city. That leads closer to the manor. There we go. Whew, the manor of the Tsar and his respective estate. So you begin to head that way, and you have a flashback, Morwin, of several things.
Oh, no.
You remember, you remember for one, of course, the way that Kalen acts, how he is a little bit more shy but respectable, which was always strange to you, considering his parents. His parents built their business from the ground up, and they were known for their more exuberant nature. As you remember that the name of the shop is the Dancing Hippogriff, known for bright colors and exuberance designs, something that was always such a stark contrast from the way that Kalen typically acted compared to his parents. But for the most part, his parents have now trusted him with several things related to the tailor shop. So most days you know that he works there by himself, handling special orders and the day-to-day business while his parents are off making deals in other places around the city, or even sometimes traveling to Thorol or other places in the Salamander coast to make a deal here and there. Thus leaving Kalen not necessarily alone, as there's typically one parent there with him at most times. But he does do a lot of the day-to-day stuff himself. So you have a pretty good idea that the person you're going to be running into is Kalen, just that way you can mentally prepare from that.
Oh, yeah. Preparing is what I'm doing. No panic whatsoever. She's muttering to herself. Yeah, but she'll take him straight there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Morwin will just go through the door. Like she was about to say something, and she was just like, "Oh fuck it," and she just walks in.
So Morwin is the first person to walk in.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Scylla will stop everyone else at the door just so they have a little bit of a moment.
Why would you do this to me?
Wow. That's terrible.
These are all mine.
Okay. So as you make your way in... Oh, excuse me. So sorry. Oh, wow. You ever feel like your chest sometimes turns into like a pressurized like air travel cabin?
Constantly.
No.
Ah. Well. So you walk in, Morwin, and you're the first person to walk in. As you can see, Carasilla kind of stops in front of you or stops behind you and prevents anybody else from entering. As you enter, currently there seems to be nobody at the front desk. As you walk through the door, there's a small bring as a bell is rung right at the front entrance, and you can hear a voice say,
I'll be right with you in a moment. Just got a few fabrics back here I need to put away, but stay right there. I'll be right out.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear, and kind of a head peeking around the corner. As you can see, a very kind face, soft features, a smile, and this sort of like tousled brown hair peek around as eyes kind of narrow and a head kind of shakes. Morwin? Hi.
Hello, Kaylin.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Hey to you.
Hey.
You gonna come out, or are you just gonna stand awkwardly at the door?
Oh, yeah, the head thing. Okay, so and he kind of
Yeah.
steps out. Yeah, hey. So, shopping?
Yeah, with some of my... And she turns around and realizes that she's alone now. Bitch.
With some of your
No,
bitch?
No, sorry, unrelated. Some of my friends are here. They need some clothes, and, figured where better to bring them than here.
Okay. Yeah, I do clothes. That's me. I'm the clothes guy.
Yes, you are.
Yep.
How have you been?
Great. Sewing
Insight check?
and stuff. Yeah, make an insight check.
I think Carosilla would very much be eavesdropping in through the door. Just after they've had that little awkward moment, she will eventually reopen it and lead everyone else on in.
Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely taken aback, that's for sure. He's not necessarily like upset or angry, just a little confused. But like it's kind of like a happy confused, I think that's the best kind of way. But also there's some sadness there. He's experiencing a lot of emotions right now.
Sure.
Which probably explains his doofiness.
And here they are now, just catching up to me for some reason.
Well, there's distractions anyway.
Carosilla!
Kaylin.
Carosilla! Oh, and he's going to come around. He's going to give Carosilla a hug. Oh, it's so good to see you. Oh, my goodness. And there are others. Hello. Welcome to the Dancing Hippogriff. It is wonderful to make your acquaintance. My name is Kaylin. If there's anything you might need, I'd be more than happy to acquiesce any requests you may have.
I don't know what that word means.
If you'd like anything, I'll try and help. Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, he's got you.
Yep, I gotcha.
You got okay. No, I get that. Yeah, well, we're mostly here for the others. I might just walk and look.
I mean, we're here
Some
for
of
you
us
too, aren't we, Cecily?
Yeah.
I can't remember what the division is
Who's
now.
on date
Who's on
team
date
and who's
squad?
on yeah. Because I know Morwin and Bianca are security, but who's on date squad?
I think Suni.
I think that's right.
I
Carosilla
guess.
is, obviously. So is Sonny.
Yeah.
So
I think that was
then
what we
Sheena,
talked about, yeah.
Cecily.
I don't have money for things, but if Cecily is doing guard stuff, I suppose that leaves me in date group.
Is Cecily doing guard stuff?
Well, that was the awkward thing. I remember the conversation being, do we send the monk or the child?
I mean, you guys, it doesn't have to be an even split either. Just do whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, make the decision now, though, obviously.
Yeah. I don't... Cecily was not on board, so...
Date group, then.
Oh, we're just needing something that would look nice for these two, and she'll just gesture her head over to where Ashima and Sunny are.
Yeah, okay. Uh, so
They're going to the
Shima-
ball tomorrow.
Oh,
We got ourselves a couple of dates. You're not familiar with the Brothers Farsi, are you?
yeah, I am. Um,
By we, she means them, just for clarification.
oh, okay. Yeah, I know them. Yeah, they came through. They had purchased a few clothing items for the ball as well. So I mean, if those are the dates for the group of you, I can try and color coordinate if that's what you'd like me to do. I still have some of the swatches available. Um, hmm, let's see. So I didn't catch your Suni and Ashima. You said Carousella.
That's right.
That is us.
Well, Ashima, the blues and purples look very nice on you. They're very flattering to your skin tone. So I'd like to keep you in something similar to that. And I really like the bronze and greens and whites on you, Suni. So if you'd like, I could keep the same type of embroidery pattern that you have on your armor, but as maybe something that's a little bit more delicate, if that's something you'd be interested in.
Yes, I want something that I can dance in, but that doesn't draw too much attention to my tail.
Oh, yes.
Listen to you. Oh, you're really worried about the ball.
Can you blame a guy?
Cheap
It's
enough
nice
to get me
into
through
the
the door.
spirit of things.
Yeah, of course. And no, it's all right to worry about it. I mean, listen, I guess I don't exactly know what you're planning on doing, but I'm assuming you're not just going to the ball to go to the ball. There's always something else going on with the two of you, and by extension, the four of you now. So you want to make sure that it's good enough to not stand out, but not too good that you do stand out. You want to be right in that middle where you're just kind of, oh, and then they move on, you know?
See, I hate that I agree with you because I really wish I could just stand out.
Yeah, I think that, so then I think that would work. I think it would. I don't know. I guess with the bronze, I think that blues could also look really nice as well. Blues and whites would probably look good. But the greens and whites match what you already have. It's what you're comfortable with.
I trust your judgment.
Oh, geez. The question is, do I trust my judgment?
I trust your judgment.
Never led us wrong before.
Okay. All right. I'll flip a coin for it. Heads, blue, tails, green. Flips a coin, lands on heads. And you see him kind of flip the coin over to tails. Green it is.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, we have. Okay, so we have the greens and whites. We have the blues and purples, and then, well, Carasilla, are you have the what was it? The shift weave.
So I figured I'd just look like this and just shift it into the dress.
Ah, oh, I love that dress so much. That is so beautiful. Oop, I'll be right back. My job is calling me.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oop. That was Joe, I presume.
Yeah.
Kaylin.
Kaylin
Well,
takes begins talking to a sending stone. Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, yeah, this is...
Okay, all right. Sorry, I thought it was like with everything related to COVID that's been happening. I thought it was that, but it was an automated message because of the cold temperatures tomorrow. They're canceling school.
God, I really hope they cancel my school too. They
I-
probably won't.
It's an
God. I would love if they canceled my job, but I don't think that.
It's got to be like negative 15 in order for like a
Yeah.
travel hazard.
I'm about to walk through negative 20 wind chill tomorrow, so.
Oh wow,
That's abysmal. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Hey man, people need their coffee, and I gotta serve it to them for minimum wage.
that's true.
Anyway.
That's true. So you can see he kind of no, that I love that dress so much. It's very beautiful.
Just give it like a little light twirl and then just shift it on back.
Well, okay, so I can do that. Does anybody else need anything while you're here, or?
I think we're gonna be set since we're
Yeah.
just going in security.
I'm already more dressed up than I'd like to be honest with you. My last outfit got kind of trashed.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Your new one is stunning, though. You look absolutely beautiful in it.
Oh. Thank you.
You're welcome. And he just kind of immediately just kind of moves on, you know. Well, yeah, I guess we'll do that then. And then looking to you, Morwin and Bianca, do the two of you need anything, or?
I'll be going in my uniform, so I should be fine. But if inspiration hits you, I never say no.
Yeah.
So I suppose I should be honest. We are a little low on funds right now.
Okay. You know what? How about this? You're going to the ball, and if you happen to be wearing a dress at the ball, I mean, the Vasi brothers, they're a little forgetful. We had them pay for their outfits because we knew that they wouldn't remember to tell people where they came from. But if we have, say, 3 representatives from the Dancing Hippogriff who are willing to answer where the outfits came from, well, I see that as an investment opportunity, not as a cost or an expenditure, if you know what I mean.
Is Kalen being honest where he actually feels like that's fair, or is he just doing this to purely be nice because of their past relationship?
You know him well enough. It's a little bit of both. Where that's definitely something, same as like how real, like in our real world, fashion designers will pay, like will make dresses for celebrities.
What shirts do you wear?
Who are you wearing right now?
Yeah.
Where that's definitely something that they're
My enemies.
that's definitely something that he's doing. But if you guys were just random people off the street, he definitely wouldn't have made that offer because you're not like celebrities, you're not important people. But with the right colors, the right swatches, the right fabrics, the right composition, anybody could be swayed to believe any one of the 3 of those individuals could be celebrities.
Okay.
Would it be appropriate for security to be dressed up?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, I didn't think I'd need a dress, but that sounds kind of fun. Or whatever you think would look good on me, dress or not.
Well, I think that. So now, do you plan on wearing armor on underneath it? Because I can work around that.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, that would be most ideal as security, so.
Okay, yeah. I can work with that.
Now I feel left out, so might as well make me some.
Don't make him make all of us fancy clothes for free. That feels a little wrong.
Okay.
Well, no, I wouldn't
4
make
was
a.
fine. 5, no, it gotta be 6.
And if I'm being honest, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Cecily.
Cecily. Oh, like the plant, right?
She'll just kind of point to her arm. How'd you know?
I'm perceptive like that, I suppose. Well, how about this? Honestly, your dress is already immaculate. I think the composition, the material, the fabric, the design, the embroidery is fantastic. I don't think I would change up the entire thing. I could maybe make a small a sash or perhaps a waistband, something to cinch in at the waist. Not too tight, of course, but something that could add a little bit of flair and pop of color. A sort of, as I can see that it's interesting because it's Jormungandry, but it's also Loshar, and we could maybe add a little bit of Bromsgrov spice to it. So that way it's not too much, it's not a whole new thing, but it just adds a little bit of something new to it.
I kind of know what you just said. Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, yeah. I've spent the past little bit nose to the grindstone with a lot of this stuff, so I've learned a thing or two. I suppose. I think. Maybe not as much as I want. I mean, I'm comparable. Like, I can. Like, I do
Yeah,
under...
you sold me.
Okay. All right, I'll stop. Sorry. Anyway, so there's that. And for Bianca, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bianca.
You are very perceptive. I don't even remember saying my name.
Oh. I thought it had been mentioned before. Sorry.
It probably was.
I don't remember as or not.
I don't either.
It was on your.
Like that?
It's on your name tag right there.
It's on my name tag. Gotcha.
Yeah. That's how I knew.
It's written on the tag of your shirt that's sticking out.
There we go.
Duracilla's just been messaging him the whole time. Call her Bianca, will freak her out.
You look like a Bianca.
I'm getting a B, Beatrice, Bianca, yes.
Oh wow.
And
Anyway.
he smiles and says, so now with a traditional dress or gown, similar to what maybe Cecily or Caracilla would wear, it's a little bit harder to conceal armor, but there's this new style I've been messing around with a little bit. In fact, it was a project that I was working on a little bit ago that I guess I just kind of lost inspiration for, but this might be a great time to finish it. It's a little bit more of a gender neutral outfit, so to speak, where instead of a dress and a bodice, it's more of a full jacket and pants, but not in a I don't know. I'll let me show you some sketches, and
Sure.
maybe that'll give a better idea. So you can see him kind of run around and grab a large pad that he kind of unfurls and shows a few designs on the inside. And I'm trying to find the exact thing that I'm looking for here, where it's very, very, very clean cut, but you can see that it definitely has a fair bit of room for a flair in design and embroidery and those such things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find a better image than this, so I'm just gonna throw this in our little chat here. But it is like it's just a normal pair of what would be like dress pants, along with maybe a pair of boots, some type of shirt, and then a jacket that sort of comes across the body and has this like diagonal zip going up the side of it. It's very like, to a degree, kind of, I don't want to say futuristic because that gives the wrong impression, but in this image that I'm about to send, it's very similar to the guy on the left-hand side here, which you watch the Wheel of Time TV show, you might recognize this image. But it's very similar to the one on the left-hand side, which I think the only person that's seen is Gemma, so don't worry too much about who the guy on the left-hand side is. But that right there is, I wish that I could find a better image of that in particular. But yeah, it is a jacket and then a like, oh man, I'm blanking on the type of collar that is, where it's not like a real like fold over collar. It's just like the sort of band around the neck.
Yeah.
And pretty much where it
Bianca's
can be.
looking at this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. She will just say she's looking at the sketches and then say, "Yeah, that looks awesome. I think that'd be really nice and functional."
Good. Good. So yeah, I can do that. And nice. And you can see that the sketches, and Morwin, this is kind of the one thing that sticks out to you, is the sketches, at least the color shading that's done here, looks to be with like a darker sort of forest green on the jacket and pants, with what looks to be some type of neutral colored shirt, whether it be white or black.
Right on.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, cool. I'll do these. I don't really have any other orders. I finished up the Vasi Brothers things the other day. So I'll work on these ASAP. I can have them done tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow afternoon at the very, oh, excuse me, at the very latest.
That's it.
Sorry.
Good
God bless you.
Yeah, it's just who? Yeah, I can maybe tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. Do you want to stop by, say around 11 a.m.?
We'll be here.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. And just remember, when you go, Dancing Hippogriff is who clothed you this evening. That evening, tomorrow evening. Obviously, you
course.
clothed yourselves this evening. I think. I don't want to presume.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at it.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, it was meant to be a joke. I don't know if you...
Oh, it was funny.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I've got work to do now. I've got a lot of things to. Won't bore you with the specifics and the details because most people don't find sewing and clothing creation that interesting. But I promise you, I'll have some great results tomorrow.
Never doubted your skills.
Glad that makes one person in the
Can
room.
I catch up in a... Two, actually. But can I catch up with you guys in just a minute or two?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
We're just gonna head back, so
I won't be long.
But I will say, as Carasel's leaving, she will just, under like a random thing, like bolt of fabric or whatever that's in the shop, she will just place a pouch of just 100 gold, and she'll message back to Kaylin. I'm sure it's not enough to cover, but feel bad leaving you empty-handed. Check under that bolt.
You can see him kind of nod and smile and say, thanks.
We'll head out. Leave Morwin alone.
All right, so as everyone leaves, Morn will turn to Kaylin. All right. You trust me, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Good. I need you to listen very carefully. We're going to the ball tomorrow to stop something big from happening. There are people trying to start a war between here and Bella Clara. And if we're not successful tomorrow, they're going to succeed. I'm sure I don't need to go into detail about how bad that's going to be. You still with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Tomorrow night, we're either going to be successful or not. If you hear from us after the ball, we'll give you an update. If you don't hear from us after 2 days, get your family out of the city. Mine too. Because it will come and it will come fast.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to get you involved, but
No, it's okay. I'm just making clothes. It's like the thing I can do. So if I can help, then I'm happy to do it.
I know. I've always admired that about you. But just promise me you'll make sure they're all right. My parents will listen to you. They always liked you.
Yeah.
And she'll just walk forward and hug him tight.
He'll return the tightness of the hug. Squeeze. And you can definitely tell that there's like a moment of like, nah, I don't know if I want to let go. But as soon as you begin to loosen your grip, he does the same.
It's really good to see you again.
He smiles. It's good to see you too.
I'll be by tomorrow, okay?
Okay. I look forward to it.
And she'll lean and just give him a kiss on the cheek.
You can hear him. You can feel like the shudder, like the goose pimple-y skin kind of already begin to make its way through. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Chill.
Cool.
Always loved that poker face of yours. Like a rock wall sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I'm cold as ice.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, trying to pull up like finger guns. I'll see you tomorrow. And kind of blow off like the smoke of one of the guns and realize how stupid that was and then holster them and okay.
She'll grab her shoulder and mock pain and just like mouth ouch. And then she'll wink.
I appreciate you for that, but I gotta get working.
I understand. Just sincerely, thank you again.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow. And she'll turn and start trying to catch up to everyone else.
Okay. All right. So with that, as you exit out through the shop, you can hear Kalen head back behind. You can hear a sewing machine begin to move and whir as he begins to launch in, hard at work to try and make sure these dresses and outfits are done by the time of the ball. And that's where we're going to go ahead and take a brief break for just a little bit. Goal is to be back by, let's say, whatever 55 is for you. Let's be back by 55. Okay, thanks for watching so far. We'll be back in just a little bit.
gonna monologue
Yeah.
as a cowboy, saying you can't carry on.
And I already came back, and Mark is exactly right. That's exactly what I'm doing. Hey there, everybody. I don't know if you can tell from my slouched demeanor or the slow drawl to my voice. Times are hard on this here cowpoke. Because I'm pretty sure I might have COVID. And I'm very tired. And well, this here Wrangler jeans is worn down. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm tired. And the next part that's coming up here is all transparency. Like I told them already during the break, is a lot of mental gymnastics for me. And I'm sorry, I dropped character. And it's a little hard for me to wrangle up all the ponies and get them where they need to be. So sadly, closing the gate on this ranch. And I'm going to need to holster the 6-shooter. And I don't know, flick my hat or something. I don't know, another cowboy term. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and call the session there, just because I'm suffering a little bit from the fatigue. And hopefully on Friday and Saturday I'll either be find out that I tested negative, and then I won't have like a placebo thing going on, because that might be what's happening. But also it's just, or I could test positive, and hopefully by Friday or Saturday, since I'm vaccinated, it shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully, knock on wood. So hopefully by Friday or Saturday I'll be back up mental capacity, and then obviously next Tuesday we'll be back. And be sure to check out the YouTube channel this Wednesday for the next session of Everend. A lot of good stuff cooking up. What is that thing? That's Elon Musk in his little lab cooking up, baby. Okay, that's Wisconsin. This is where my brain's at. I'm so sorry. I'll stop rambling. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And be sure to tune in to Friday, Saturday, or next Tuesday for some wonderful sessions, wonderful D&D with wonderful people. Very excited. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.